Well, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Creative Soul Sundays, where your creativity meets well-being and self-care. Here with a new episode for you. So come on in, 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 come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So you know what to do, right? Get you a yummy beverage of your choice. Get you into a cozy little corner where you're not going to be disturbed for the next little bit so that we can spend this time together setting the tone for a new week. Get your journal. We love to introspect and just take a deep dive into ourselves with certain topics. And journaling is one of the best ways to get to know what's happening with you. Yeah? All right. So let's get started with this week's episode. This week, we're talking about let your heart set inform your mindset. Let your heart set inform your mindset. So the heart is really where our dreams, our goals, our mission is housed, right? Compared to the mind. The mind is not really the place where you go to check, what are my dreams? Right? All of that is housed in your heart as a human being. But oftentimes, we don't listen to our hearts. We listen to the mind. And the mind only knows what it knows. It doesn't know anything more than that. Information that's been put into the mind is what is going to regurgitate. Experiences you've had, that's where it gets its wisdom from. Past experiences, things that have already occurred that it knows. It is not the place you want to go to for the unknown, for intuition and inspiration, because it doesn't work in that realm. And oftentimes, just with the way that we live as human beings, we tend to have the mind running the show. So in this episode, we really want to check where are we in terms of being heart-led versus being run by the mind. Because when we allow the mind to do that, and I'm guilty of that. I don't know, like a lot of people are guilty of that. You gotta be careful with the mind. Like it's very tricky. Before you know it, it can be running the show. So the first journal prompt that we're just going to explore is, where am I in terms of listening to my heart about my mission, my creativity, my dreams? I don't think that you don't know what your dreams are. I don't think I've met a human being who doesn't know what they are. What I know is common is that we don't listen. I know that from personal experience, that we don't listen. We don't listen. But the heart has always been telling us what those dreams and those desires are. So it's more a question of, are we true to our dreams? Are we becoming true to our dreams versus, do I know my dream? And I find it funny that as human beings, we say things like, chase your dreams. And when I'm really honest with myself, I've never had to chase my dream. You know why? Because my dream has never run away from me. In fact, my dream has haunted me and asked me, when are you going to give me attention? And I can say this is true, at least for the people that I know in my life, that if they're not following their dreams are literally asking for attention every single day. But oftentimes we shut that down. So it's not really about chasing the dream, but more about becoming true to the dream that is already inside of you. And more likely than not, you already know what that is. So that's the second thing we are journaling about. Am I becoming true to my dreams? And sometimes we get started and then we put it aside. Or, we dab a little bit into it and then we put it aside. Oftentimes we're waiting for the perfect time, the perfect moment, the perfect day, the perfect something. I'll get to it when such and such a thing happens. I'll get to it in however many years when this and this has happened, right? But what do we know? Life is what happens while you're busy making plans. Life is unpredictable. We know that. and your dreams are just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for you. The thing about your dreams is that they're not random. You came in with a mission and something you wanted to gift to the world. That's why they're called gifts, right? Because you're to share them with the world. And those gifts are often solutions to the world's many issues and problems. The way that you see things, the products that you create, the services that you think about putting out into the world, the art that you create, name it, right? You're thinking of that because sharing that is going to elevate somebody else's life in some shape or form. So dreams are not only for you, dreams are connected to people. There are people assigned to you who are going to know you and be in touch with your energy. They might not even meet you in person, right? But they're in touch with your energy. And when they become true to their dreams, then this energy is imparted on you, and then you know something you didn't know. Then you have a different perspective. Then you have a product. Then you have a service. Then you have ideas. Then you have whatever it is that they're offering. If it is something that is to help serve your life, you will find it. It will come to you. So when you are thinking about your dreams, beautiful soul, I know as a creative, it can be so difficult to share what you have. It can be so difficult to think about putting out what you have because, like, let's be real, there is a lot of judgment in the world. But most of the judgment is coming from you and the way that you're feeling, and maybe some of the insecurities that you are working with. I feel like I can't speak today for some reason, so bear with me if I'm not like fully pronouncing words. I feel like I'm sort of kind of mincing them, but let's keep going. So it can be really scary to share what you have, and I get that. It's something that I also work with and deal with. But the thing is, if we allow the fear to run the show, then we never get anything done. We don't elevate, we don't become stronger, we end up not sharing the gifts we're here to share and have the impact in the next person's life or something in the world that we could have because we're just holding on to the gift, to the dream. So your job is to work through these uncomfortable energies so that at the end of the day you're still creating and sharing the things that you're creating. So this is what we're working with today, to realign you and to reconnect you to your heart so that you are fully informed from that place. This is the place that receives things from the unknown. This is the place that can perceive into. And oftentimes you hear creative people telling you that it doesn't really feel like it's me. It feels like an energy that comes through me. So how can the mind handle that? Oftentimes it doesn't know how to handle that. This is coming from the intuitive realm, right? So it's this ability to be able to suspend logic temporarily when it's not needed in that moment of creativity. Like creative juices are flowing, that's the worst time to be in judgment logically, because then oftentimes ideas that are amazing and that inspire other people, what have you, they sound crazy, right? And it might sound impossible. And you might think to yourself, me, I don't think I can do that. You can. But if you start to already critique the ideas and the things that are coming to you as soon as they are, coming in, then you put yourself in a very difficult position to be able to put this work out. So what you want to do is to say, okay, my creative time, and then you just create from that energy of inspiration, wherever that is coming from, reserve judgment. And then at a later time, you can then come back to this and put that logical hat on and then start to see where things fit. The mind is here to serve us, not for us to serve the mind. And so we need to really look into things and see if the mind is running the show. Let's flip that around. It's here to serve you and what you're here to do. And it's good with that once it has that sense of direction, but it's not the perceiver and the channeler and the understander before it's fully told of what your gifting is. So look into that as you explore with your journaling. Are you being heart led? Where are you letting the mind run the show? And what can you do to come back into alignment so that you can actually be connected and put out the things that you are creating, right? Some of you, I just feel this energy, like some of you have so much that you've created, but you're not putting it out because you're waiting for a perfect moment. I'm here to tell you, this is your sign. The perfect moment is not coming. This is the time. This is the moment. Make the moment perfect, all right? Don't wait for like perfection. That is going to kill your dreams every single time. And a lot of you mistake perfection with excellence. Excellence is not perfection. It's not saying perfection comes from this negative energy of stemming from a lot of the time fear of judgment. So I must be perfect, otherwise, this is what might happen. And it also comes from you looking too much at you and not enough at the people who are going to experience the things that you have to share. But excellence doesn't say, I will never put this out. Excellence is more to the best of my ability with what I have in this moment. And then as my resources grow, then of course, my level of excellence expands as well. So that's sort of like the energy we want to tap into and work with so that we're not sitting on what we have and we put it out. What kind of heart set can you develop that then becomes a mindset that you can work with this year? So I want you to pick one or two or three, not too many, otherwise, you get lost in it all. We really want to execute much more than we've been executing. So if you're somebody who is suffering from, for example, too much of perfectionism, right? How about substituting that with, okay, I'm going to be excellent in the little that I have right now and put that out. And I'm going to be consistent. Consistency over perfection. Excellence over perfection. Progress over perfection. Life is not going to give you all the problems and all the solutions you could have in your whole life right now, right? It's one day at a time, one step at a time, one project at a time, one creative idea at a time. Once you do this little bit, then more opens up. And then as you do that, your quality improves, you get better, your troubleshooting, your problem solving, all of that, it improves as you engage with the things that you need to engage with. You can't just sit back and wait for a perfect moment because what are you working with? Assumptions all the time? That's not you anymore, right? Because you're putting out what you're here to create. So shift that thinking. One that I love to work with is I want to die empty, right? I heard somebody talk about that and it really struck a chord with me. And like recently, that's the energy I'm working with. I want to give out everything that I was gifted to share. I want to share all of that. So that is informing my heart set and then my mindset. So that whatever difficulties I am coming up against, at the end of the day, I'm thinking, okay, I'm 10 toes down for what I'm doing in terms of like my creative output. Because above all else, I just don't want to reach the end of my life and say, hey, I was given these gifts and I didn't share them at all. I would not feel good about that. And even as I'm saying that, there's an energy that I feel with that. And I just want to share that with you because I feel like a lot of you put things aside and we don't have the time. And I don't mean it in terms of like, oh my God, we're dying. That's not what I mean. I mean it in terms of like the impact of your dreams. Dreams are connected to other people. Your dreams are solutions for the world. Your dreams, they bring everything we are in is an idea. It didn't exist before somebody thought about it, right? Now we're in the age of AI. I mean, how many years ago we didn't have all of this DeepSeek, ChatGPT? Like the world has changed. How much has the world changed just in these past few years because of that? Somebody's been thinking about that, and now the way the world is operating is different. Jobs, everything different as a result of it. So yes, life is long, and we want to live as much as we can. But the timing that I'm talking about is like for the impact of what you carry inside of you. Like there is no more time to waste. This is the time. Come alive now. You came to the planet for such a time as this. So you got to run with what you have. And like, don't make it fluffy, make it practical. Like, I know I got to run with what I have. What do I have? Let me start with that. All right. So that's the message pretty much. Connect to your heart, be heart led, right? Let your heart inform your mind. There's no more time to waste. The impact of your dreams is needed, like right now. So start sharing, start producing, start whatever it is, product idea. You know what it is for yourself. Just start getting into it little by little by little by little by little and give it out. It's a gift. Share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. All right. So that's our episode for today. It just flowed how it needed to flow, and I'm happy that we've had that flow. Do let me know, please, in the comments how this is sitting for you. Where did you get an aha moment? If you did, where do you have more questions? Is it resonating? Is it landing? And what heart set are you going to really like work with as a mindset this year, so that as you get, because we have that moments of doubt, fear, whatever negativity starts to creep in, you can use that to help you to realign and come back to being heart led and continue to move forward with that which you're here to share with us. Yeah? Alrighty, Creative Soul. Thank you for being here. Remember, your voice, your art, your story, it matters. Share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. All right? I'll see you next week, fam. Stay soulful, stay creating. Ciao.